Okay, we meet again. Today I'm going to talk about still in topic number 5, establishing requirement, but I'm focusing on creating a persona. Is part number actually 5B. Okay, topic 5B. Right. Creating persona is not really hard as long you know how to create personas. Actually, with S. This is something not as persona. Okay, what is persona? Again, I repeat, on the previous lecture, I already talked about introduction about personas, but today lecture, I will more depth on persona. Actually, what is persona? The answer is a description of a specific fictional person who is a target user of the system being designed. Okay, so specific fictional person. So this is a description of persona. If in the final exam, we ask you define persona, so this is the answer. Right, how are you going to develop persona? You can develop by using interview method with user, or maybe you can go for documented in CV style, and then developing persona is relatively quick, quite quick to develop them. And normally we have a photo of that person. Okay, what is the benefit of persona? Eases the decision making in the design process. Behavior and goal of the persona are well understood. Help avoid making assumption, things like that. So this is the advantage of personas. Okay, and limitation of persona. Persona have to be related to the design problems. Okay, although they have a lot of characteristic of user, but when talking about persona in HCI, they have some limitation that connected with a design problem only. Okay, they cannot be reused for different job, and context specifically is essential. Behavior and goal must be specific to the domain, and different persona must be created for each product. Means that every system need to have their different personas. Okay, and how to create personas, again, although it's from interview or maybe survey, observation, and things like that, but step by step here, collect background data from your target user, take primary tasks, behavior goal, attitudes, environment into account. Means that you can ask them through interview or maybe a questionnaire. Add persona and motivational details, something that nice to have. Make the persona come to life by including real photos. Okay, chat back with different stakeholders and people who give regular customer contact, and then was check in the contact with a market segment. Okay, so why are persona needed? Okay, why we need them? Because sometimes people use persona for their advertisement. For example, Trivago style of advertisement. You can see they are using persona with a family. So if you see Trivago advertisement, always refer to persona style. Okay, so traditionally user-centered design involves researching the needs of as many users as possible and collecting of their requirements. This resulted in a long list of needs with no sense of priority. So why you need persona is because we just want to make it interesting and try to put a sense of priority. Okay, when we have more than one persona, means that involving a group of people, then we can see the patterns of the user needs. From there, we can work with the priority. Okay, create persona allow you to identify discrete set of user and create typical user to represent each group. Okay, so this is example empathy map, empathy that related with persona, think and feel, hear, see, say, and do. And the general data of persona related with age, sex, family, income, resident, and so on. So this is a kind of map that help you in creating your persona. So I would suggest you in your final project, before you design your application, you have to create scenario, and then persona, and then task description, and then task analysis. There are 4 things: scenario, persona, task descriptions, and task analysis. From there, you can come up with what we call hierarchical task analysis. So the final of your project, not the prototype, but before you can go for the design, you have to establish hierarchical task analysis. Then only it will be easier for you to start the design, your prototype. So this is empathy map that you have to think about creating a persona. What do their friends say? What influenced them? These are the questions. These are the questions related with think and feel. These are the questions that people hear about herself, about the person self. And these are the C part, C perspective, and say and do. This is the kind of empathy map that can be very useful for you in conducting interview or questions to create persona. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, you see, this is the people, and you can just write down. This is a note for you to, example of the note for you to create a persona. Okay, actually, originally in class activity, I want everybody to start doing creating a persona for your system. Unfortunately, because of MCO, you have to create your own and then show to me in your final project. Okay, so I simplify and put more marks on for your final project from 30% to 50%, and put it together because I don't want for you to hassle a lot of things and you might get confused. That's why I put in one statement, all put in final project and become 50%. Okay, this is example concept board, okay, that can be used to collect persona. Okay, you see the sticky note, name, Cairo, status single, age 18, gender male, things like that. So this is a profile, pain, influence, need, something that related with these particular things, pain, gain, something like that. All right. So example of persona, if you go to the lecture notes, you can see Nikki is 50 and works as a doctor in Royal Melbourne Hospital. She is a specialist in cardiology and has over 18 years experience in that field of research. She often uses a computer tomography or ultrasound machine. Nikki makes judgment rationally. She wants the software that comes with the medical device to give her result fast and in a graphical format with the opportunity to zoom things to the max. Nikki has a positive attitude in terms of technology as she has experience in it as a great support. She is confident using computer even though he's not an expert. So from here you can see there's a lot of requirements as actually needs about Nikki. Okay. Among them, he need a device that can zoom to the maximum. Okay, from the persona profile, you have to digest them and filter them. And you can see the goal of Nikki, one, a software that comes with a medical device to give a result fast and graphical format with the opportunity to zoom things to the max. Okay, this is the goal of Nikki from persona profile. So this is another one, Bob, 50 years old. I think you have to read through yourself and try to create your own goal of Bob and so on. Then task descriptions. Okay. What is task description? Is a human actions that contributes to the functional objective and to the goal of the system. Okay, and then you have this kind of scenario, use case, essential use case. Okay, this is again, I repeat again, a Thompson family scenario, and then a connection relationship between scenario, goal, and persona. Writing scenario involving narrative descriptions, goal or task based, and benefit. Again, I repeat, but added some value in the slide. Okay, more on writing a scenario. You need to understand in terms of problem scenario, and then you design them. This is all involve a kind of a scenario connected with your prototype. Okay, this is writing a scenario, writing a persona, goal, task. Okay, this is example text-based scenario. Okay, and then this is the activity that you should do in the class. But for MCO, I'm not going to ask you to do the activity. I just straight want you to go for your final project. Okay, task analysis. After you've done your scenario, you go for task analysis. Okay, and then task decomposition. You have a goal, task, and actions. Right, this is a visiting real user. Okay, and you have a user goal, think, consider, benefit, task analysis, putting together, read it through first, and then task analysis. Finally, you come up with hierarchical task analysis. This is the one, DVD style. Okay, most important thing, you know that zero reserved for objective. What is the objective of your application? In this case, buy DVD. Then only you put as a zero. Okay, sub task of your application, locate, add, enter payment, complete address, and confirm. Okay, right, this is the task analysis. But when you convert into this part, you become hierarchical task analysis. Heading plan, things like that. This is the example of hierarchical task analysis. Withdraw cash from an ATM required task from the user. What are those tasks? Okay, number one, withdraw cash. Okay, the objective of the application is to withdraw cash. So remember, I want to stress here, really concerned about number 0. Okay, 0 you have to reserve with the objective of your application. Then number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is your sub-task. Okay, sub-objective. Check mission will work, and then you have sub-task of number 1, insert card, enter PIN number, initiate withdrawal transaction. You have sub-task 4.1, 4.2, and so on. So this is another alternative that you have to understand. You have to put, okay, in order for me to give you marks for hierarchical task analysis, you have to have all of these criteria. Okay, number 1, which refer to the objective, and composition, logic of your application. Plan 0, do what? Plan 1, do what? Plan 4, do what? Plan 5, do what? Something like that. Okay. Right, this is an example of task analysis, microwave oven. What is the overall goal? Cook food. Okay, that's number 0. If you're looking into microwave oven, you can see there's a lot of things to consider. How is this done? Prepare meal, put meal in the oven, select program, listen to the bell to ring, and remove meal. So this is the common thing that can be converted into hierarchical task analysis. So this is the one, and then this is the thing. You see that number 0 refer to your objective. See, number 0. What is the overall goal? Cook food, and that's the reason why cook food reserved to number 0. Okay, and followed by number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have to do the logic. Plan 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when bell ring, something like that. Plan 3 to allow meal to cook automatically until ready. Okay. Plan 3 means that you plan select program. Why? To allow meal to cook automatically until ready 1. This is a kind of option. Plan 3 is an option. Plan 0 is an option. Means that from the beginning until the end. And this one, plan 3 is select program, allowed to have branches after this. It will go from different one, 3A, 3B, 3C, something like that. Okay. Right, filling document. Okay, this is another one, that filing cabinet. I want you to read through yourself and get to understand HTA. All right, so take note. The overall task is number 0. Means that the goal, actually, the tasks are described by verbs. Okay, each task that is decomposed must have a plan to go with. The plan X must only refer to subtask to X. Okay, things to know about. Okay, this is something that related with HTA. All right, so this is the example of hierarchical task analysis. You can get it from the lecture notes. This is another complex one that called HTA for making tea. It's not easy in making tea. If you want to ask robot to do tea for you, it's not easy. So this is the logic of programming for interaction design between robot and the developer in making them serve tea. Okay, so that's the way how to do hierarchical task analysis. Okay, so that's all for today meeting. I stop first, and I want you to start doing your final project of HCI. And I want to repeat again, you have to do number 1, data gathering exercise, and then you have to know how to create scenario from data information. You can create a scenario and then convert it into persona, and then convert it into task analysis, and finally you create hierarchical task analysis. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.